All right. So for this particular timer, we're going to program it similar to the front yard. We're going to start with making sure that whenever you want to make a change on this timer, this has to be set to the middle to set programs. That's kind of like our edit function. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is I'll go ahead and turn all the way down to start times here, just so we're consistent with how we did the front yard. In the first, we decided on 3 start times. We're going to do 12 p.m., 3 p.m., 6 p.m. So to do that, we're just going to use the plus button to get to 12 p.m. That's 24 hours from this point. So actually, I think I can go this way. Oh, it's about the same. Now the reason we're running during the day here is because it's all drip irrigation, so the water is going right to where the plants are, but the main reason is to help us identify leaks faster. And that way,
that's when I would be able to see them.
Exactly, yep. So we're turning them at times a day that people might be around the house and able to see them.
And see, you have them documented there too, so it can help me say, okay, let me go out there now because I know they're on.
Exactly, yep, that's exactly, that's another good reason. Now you can turn these on manually anytime you want as well. And that's something I'd be happy to show you how to do if you wanted to check them. Okay, awesome. Okay, so we set 3 times in here, a 12 p.m., a 3 p.m., and a 6 p.m. If you remember, the front yard was 1 p.m., 4 p.m., 7 p.m., so they're not conflicting. And that way, because your meter only has so much water it can push through it, so we don't want them to come on both at the same time. Next setting, I'm turning all the way up here on the right-hand side to our valve run times. That's the same as your minutes as the front yard one. So here we know stations 1 and 2 are the old lawn. We're not going to water them. Number 3 is the shrubs. So I recommended 25 minutes. And we're watering it a little bit more because they're a little bit slower flow back here. Number 4 is the trees. They're the similar ones to the front, so we're watering for 20 minutes times 3 times. And that's going to get us a total of 60 minutes and then 75 minutes when you do 25 times 3. Our last setting is how many days. This timer is even easier than the front. We go right to skip days. This is our interval. We're going to hit the plus button to go to once every 4 days. This is the same function you can use to change throughout the seasons. For all intent and purposes, you can leave everything else the same in here. All you have to do is go to skip days and change that seasonally. And that will be the best adjustment you can do, and just keep watering deeply all year long. When we're finished, we turn the dial up to current time. We'll double check that that is our current time. Yes, it is. And then we can turn back down here to run, and like you mentioned earlier, just turn it off when you see rain. B and C we're not going to use. You would use those if you had lawn. We don't need to, so we're just going to leave everything in A. We're all set.
Awesome. Wow.